Hey, what's up, guys? So I just finished, yesterday was my last day of phase one in the 75 hard program. So I finished 75 hard August 1st. I had a couple days off. I was actually on a camping trip, so was actually able to enjoy a couple of s'mores with the kids and stuff. So I jumped in on August 7th was my day one for phase one. And so I just finished, today is my first day off of the phase one program. I completed it yesterday, September 5th. So I wanted to jump into what some of my takeaways were and have been thus far. So takeaway, obviously phase one, the most difficult thing for me is the cold showers, or was the cold showers, I should say. A 5-minute cold shower to start was pretty rough. Actually, I think day 2 or 3, I found, I was like, I gotta do something, man. So I found this Wim Hof breathing video that there's a beginning one, and then there's another tutorial that both of them are about 11 minutes long. And so the first one was you hold your breath for about 30 seconds, and it's, you over oxygenate your body, and then you hold on an exhale for 30 seconds, and then work your way up to a minute and a half, and then it's not more advanced, but the other one I was using starts with a minute and then goes to 90 seconds each time. So there's about 11-minute videos. Was able to do my cold showers, like you guys may have seen. I was able to do the cold showers, really no problem after that. Really giving your mind something to focus on other than just how cold it is, right? So focusing on your breath, focusing on the sensations in your body when you don't have, when you feel like you don't need to breathe and you don't have oxygen in your body, but you really do. So really focusing on that helped me with the cold showers. So takeaway number one, cold showers, I thought I was going to dislike it. I don't necessarily see the supercharging benefits of it, but I was able to do it, and that was the biggest thing, is pushing through that discomfort, doing something that you don't think you can do. Another takeaway, man, is just reading 10 pages a day. Reading 10 pages a day, like I started with the 75 hard program, but then also continue with phase one. Man, I'm churning through books, which is something that I never thought I would have done, and people never believe me, but I read a book. I read Where the Red Fern Grows. I think I read that in 7th grade, but then 8th grade, all throughout high school, even in college, I didn't read one book cover to cover. Like, I swear to you, the only book, I used to say that until probably 3 or 4 years ago, the only book that I read cover to cover was Where the Red Fern Grows in 7th grade. Shout out to Mr. Arden, 7th grade, Beaumont Middle School. But just this 75 hard program, and then I read a couple books here and there on my personal development journey over the last few years, but really diving in this year to reading and establishing that habit, and James Clear and Atomic Habits, and BJ Fogg with Tiny Habits. Really, they talk about just starting small. What's the smallest effort you can extend? So I like that 75 hard programs talks about reading 10 pages, and whether that takes you 10 minutes or an hour to read 10 pages, committing to just reading 10 pages is pretty simple. But then 10 turns to 20, that if it takes you 10 minutes, which it never takes me 10 minutes to read 10 pages, it ends up being 10 pages equals 20, because then my mind started doing things with like, okay, well, how many more pages in the rest of this chapter do I have? Maybe I should just finish this chapter. Again, obviously connected with books and information that you like is helpful, but so churning through books, that was really impactful for me. Not just churning through the books, but when I read or I learn, I try to observe information or absorb information in order to share it with other folks. So my life has really changed quite a bit because of the information I'm consuming with reading nonfiction books, reading personal development books, stuff, just sitting intentionally. And the whole program really is shaped to have you come out on the tail end a different person than going in. So I really feel that, and I think that is probably the most impactful thing for me. So the cold showers, visualizations, no problem. Sticking to a nutrition plan. About 3 years ago, I really started a transformation, lost a lot of weight, and so I've been pretty evangelical, like my colleagues will say, about nutrition. So that's not the terrible thing for me. The discomfort of 2 workouts a day is scalable, right? So like one of Andy's talks says, if you're 1,000 pounds and all you can do is wiggle your arms back and forth, that for you may be exercise. So for me, hiking, walking, getting out, because I'm still trying to lean out, but getting out and doing cardiovascular, connecting with nature. I like to habit stack is what I call it, when you're connecting in hiking or walking in nature. So the other health benefits of being out in nature and the solitude and the peace and just the connectedness with our planet. Yes, and I'm talking about, you got a brother from the streets talking about connectedness with nature. So, man, I've come a long ways from the concrete jungles back in the day, but it's helpful, man. Really coming out on the tail end of these programs, a different person. So, those are my big takeaways for phase one. The addition of the cold shower. It's brutal. I hate cold showers. I should say. Didn't like cold showers. Don't like icing injuries. I had an ankle injury throughout the process, so still having to get out, do cardio. And then exposure. I guess another takeaway would be exposures to other types of workouts, right? So I've always been a dude that didn't think like yoga. Yoga's not a workout. Qigong's not a workout. Tai Chi, that's not a workout. But being forced to do something different because of an ankle injury and realizing like, I still want to get my outdoor walks and hikes even though I'm limping around, but I got to figure out something else to help aid the recovery and the ankle injury. So was still able to push through, finish it. Now I'm just game planning. All last night before I went to bed, I was trying to think, what am I going to eat? Am I going to change things up tremendously? Sunday, today's Sunday for me, and it was traditionally kind of a higher carb day. So I'm trying to think of what I want to do. But for the most part, I think, really, truthfully, I've come out on the tail end of this a different person. My perspective's different, so I'm not interested in just diving headfirst into junk food, but really trying to find smart ways to get those higher carbohydrates in, but just jump back into my routines. So, yeah, end of phase one, wrapped it up yesterday, had a strong day. Yeah, did a little bit better. Did phase one a little bit better than some of my 75 hard days where, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm out trying to get my 45-minute walk in. But yeah, phase one complete, el finito. Yeah, so I got 30 days before I can jump into phase two, and we'll see what I plan to do, what routines stick, what routines don't. It's cold showers off and on, maybe, I don't know, maybe part of my shower will be a cold shower. I don't know, we'll see.